And we are in the throes of a great series. And last game, it felt like there were moments where LFY kind of had their draft doing what they wanted it to, but then it kind of all fell apart after the fact. And now they've gone back to a classic. It's going to be the Afu Earth Spirit playing together with the CM, and I'm sure just a bunch of tower hitters following that up behind. What do you think? How are you feeling about the draft so far?
Trying to think if LGD just pick Omni Knight right now, or Abaddon or something along those lines, and just try and bully them with all their heals and massive team fights. And then it could be a little bit of a problem for LGD because CM and Earth Spirit aren't necessarily the best at dealing with Omni Knight, especially when he does get out the Greaves, then he can just purge those silences and stuff. Fel's also super strong against both of those heroes, but they look like they always want to stick to their style, which is having those extra forms of initiation. Last game we saw the Sand King just basically just kind of taking over control of the early game better than the tree. They were able to shut down the tree early on because they had the Jug, CM, Sand King. We talked about it last game where the Batrider was able to get a lot of levels, but feeding over the tree too many times in the bottom lane just got that Jug snowballing out of control early on. So at the end of the day, it didn't work out, their plan, and then that's why you kind of see them switching around. And LGD have a little bit superior team right now, but it's still close. Earth Spirit can always be that X factor, and like you said, Afu is probably one of the best Earth Spirits out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it's interesting to me too, because it's not just initiation with the Sand King, it's also the counter initiation from the Warlock. So even if the team fight doesn't start on LGD's terms, they can turn it back around after the fact, and that's maybe something that could be a little bit of a problem for Earth Spirit. Is, you know, maybe they need something on LGD.Forever Young, like a Storm Spirit, so you can always find that Warlock in the fight? Or is that kind of a trap too, because then you just get burrow struck afterwards?
I would say both of these teams love prioritizing Storm, especially LGD. And then LGD.Forever Young, I don't know how much if they play Lina a lot. Obviously, I think a lot of teams do love that hero, so both teams probably thinking about those two specifically. And then, surprisingly enough, the Omni Knight there is banned out from LGD Gaming.
You talked about it.
So they might ban Abaddon next if this continues like this. They don't want to have to deal with this tanky offlaner that they're not able to deal with. There's still the Legion Commander, obviously.
10 seconds remaining.
We haven't been seeing it as much from the two teams. I think the Legion Commander is strong and all, but I think the hero can be countered pretty easily by roots and all these different things and just playing as a team. So, terribly bad. Strong hero.
Maybe there again too, if they don't want to take it themselves, like you talk about Legion being a good answer for Terrorblade oftentimes. You could have LGD.Forever Young think about like taking whatever that last hero is, and if they want to, then you can build into a Terrorblade afterwards, which would be hard to deal with. Because Terrorblade also doesn't suffer from not being able to team fight. Like then you can commit with like a Sand King ulti to try and see if there's a good opening to take a fight for LGD, and then wait on popping the Metamorphosis until afterwards. So like having the combination of the long cooldown ultis and then short cooldown initiations just seems to be the way to go. They're going to go for the lifesteal instead. So it leaves open either a Legion or an Abba for themselves if they want to take it.
Yep.
Lina.
There's Lina too.
Nice call.
LGD's turn to pick.
LGD, how do they want to approach this? They have both of their supports right now. Tinker is very strong against Lina and the laning phase, but I don't think you pick it now. You definitely fourth pick it and then ban out a Spectre or something along those lines if LGD want to go that. So right now you want to show your offlane or show your carry. Their Jug was really good last game. It's pretty good against all these heroes right now. So I mean, I wouldn't even mind seeing that. They could also go for the Troll themselves. Troll synergizes really well with the Golem too. If you're able to constantly right-click with the Golem, the amount of burst damage that can come on any hero is great. So, just how do they want to play this for themselves? Yeah.
Okay. That's an easy one.
Radiant
I mean,
team
it doesn't really reveal that much. Ame, he played a great Juggernaut last game. We get to see that 6 set again, which I love. You said it looks like Omni Knight. I think that it looks more like Templar, or not Templar Assassin, Assassin's Creed stuff.
LGD's turn
That's
to
true
pick.
too. I could see that.
Ooh.
But what if Omni Knight had a set? It would definitely look golden like that.
Okay, I'm with you. I could dig it.
No. I think you're right though about the Assassin's Creed.
10
Let's
seconds
go play.
remaining.
I haven't played it yet, but I always wanted to. I'm not the biggest solo player.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a fun game. I liked it a lot. I haven't played any of the newest ones. I think the last one I played was Assassin's Creed 2.
Reserve time.
But Troll Warlord again, LGD still a little bit under the pressure as far as time
10
constraints go.
seconds remaining.
I like the idea of taking that offlaner right now, though. Or they could still think about just having the
5
Sand King there and
seconds
get a different
remaining.
support instead. And yeah, they're going to do it. It's going to be the Witch Doctor. So this is full
Radiant
commitment to the
team
all-out push. It does... They still have 2 forms of initiation, having Warlock Golem there. And now last pick for them, like DP is on the menu. There's a lot of things that they could run.
I'm really surprised they didn't pick up the
10
Tinker again.
seconds remaining.
I think this is a better Tinker game than last game. Maybe they
5 seconds remaining.
They could...
maybe they're worried about the Earth Spirit rotating in, killing the Tinker too many times, but it's like one of those heroes that can really deal with the Lina. You definitely don't want to go TA against Troll, because Troll's going to build these to the Vlads, the Saint Yasha. He's going to be really tanky, and you can't really man fight a Troll with the TA, so you're just going to lose out. But it's really good against the Lina. It's not really good against Earth Spirit or CM either at times until you get a BKB.
Mhm.
It adds that extra push, though, that you talk about. Trying to think about what else besides the DP that could really help. It's not really a good Dragonite game for LGD.
Mhm.
Then, so LGD.Forever Young, they need an offlaner here, and LGD need the mid lane. So you get 2 chances. All right, what are they going to pick?
That's a good ban. I think Quap is there. I would probably
LGD's
say
turn to ban.
Medusa or Dragon Knight are my 2 picks for LGD. I kind of am leaning more towards the DK in this one. And then for LGD.Forever Young, Legion still seems pretty good.
10 seconds
But I have a
remaining.
feeling they're going to go for the ABBA. That's my read.
5 seconds remaining.
So top picks, yeah. Ooh, the Puck would have been an interesting one too.
LGD's turn to pick.
Maybe they're worried about the Troll going mid then, based off of what their pick is going to be. The other one they run a lot is Ember, but it's none of the ones I talked about. It's Storm Spirit.
Radiant team pick.
I don't think that's a good matchup against Lina though, right? Like
No, it's not a good matchup, but it's good if you're able to split push and then get pickoffs around the map. I'm going to be very curious to see how LGD are going to deal with this early game. That's a lot of pressure on a Storm Spirit to not die too many
5
times.
seconds
I don't
remaining.
think that's the pick. That's
I
super
think
rough.
you pick Nyx now. Actually, Nyx first ban.
I think yeah, either the Legion. I mean, Darkseer is also a possibility if they wanted to.
Alright, they're
go.
going to pick Earthshaker.
Earthshaker. Okay.
Just to be different.
I think Darkseer is pretty good too. I mean, either one of those, they sort of provide that initiation that you're lacking. You want to be able to have something else for Earth Spirit to go in on.
If I call this, you have to fly me out to the summit.
10
If I
seconds.
don't get invited.
I don't even
I'm just-
know if I'm going out there. I ain't doing nothing.
5 seconds
Jesus.
remaining.
Fly.
Alright, we could just cry together. Random.
Commander.
All right. Well, it is going to be the Legion. You talked about this early on.
Standard.
Big tanky hero. Can run at fools. Weird game though. How do you feel like the dynamic is going to tilt in this? You've got 3 healing heroes from LGD. Is that just like the inclination that they just want to go for an all-out push strategy, or just take team fights and then build in towards objectives after the fact? What's your read?
This is a hard game for Storm Spirit. A lot of pressure is being applied to him to succeed in this early, mid, and late game. So when you put all that pressure on him, that means that the Juggernaut and Sand King also need to perform really well this game. They're going to have to step up their game and elevate it to make sure that Storm can most likely catch up in this game, because he's not going to have the best time early game here if LFY play their cards right.
5 seconds
And then
remaining.
Troll plus Legion Commander synergy. All these heroes synergize super well with Troll. Lina as well as Legion. The right clicks amplified going into this later game is scary as hell. So the only thing that really LGD have, like you said, is the mass heals coming out for them, and then the potential to zip in, kill some of the heroes in the backline, and then try and split push and kill people around the map. Whereas LG or LFY, they like the synergy. I really like the synergy, and once they have BKBs on their heroes, it looks like they might be unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, and last game it felt like that was sort of the same story. The problem ended up being that they took like 1 or 2 team fights that didn't go too well for them.
Right before they got the BKB.
Exactly. Yeah. So like maybe having a little bit more
time or better results.
Yeah. Look at this stuff. You love to see it. The little talk beforehand from Motail.
They do that every game now.
Yeah.
The same thing. The same 2 things.
And that is, let me just make sure that I'm getting the names correct here. That one is Monet. So you guys might have heard of Monet before. He's been a carry player on LFY ever since Zhao 8 was on the team. And what a guy. What a person. I've been enjoying seeing Afu play it, and it's cool that they ended up qualifying for the Epicenter LAN. So that's going to be another interesting thing is, you know, seeing Afu on a big LAN event for a team that's not out of Southeast Asia. A ping out that they think there's a ward placed there, but Afu still has both of them inside of his inventory. Are they going to be able to bait out a sentry?
Potentially.
Oh, do it, Twitch Doctor. Are you going to do it? You going to drop one? Oh. Jesus, what is going on? All right. Monet is a troll, I swear. Hey, he's playing the Troll Warlord, too. What a time.
Trying to be punny, aren't you?
No. They do drop down 1 sentry ward over here on the high ground. That
they thought they saw them, so they were just assuming that they might have had a ward already placed there. Plus, the Witch Doctor doesn't have any wards on him, and he smoked out early.
Brutal, savage,
Jesus.
wrecked.
What is going on?
He's probably on stream right now, knowing you're here. Meanwhile, the Warlock's gonna be starting out bottom. They're gonna get this, and they don't even have to skill up the stun. That's a huge win.
Nicely done. Escaper going to escape from this one. Not wanting to get ran down, obviously. CM will get a couple hits on the backside, and actually, you know, having to pop that clarity early. If they could go in and break that clarity, this would be really bad for the CM, but they don't want to fully commit to it. Only having 1 frostbite means that level 2 would come a lot slower.
It sucks when you don't have 2 clarities. I guess you do have one on the Earth Spirit who can maybe help out. Also, Troll's not going to have a fast Stout Shield. This is where you level up Caustic, probably. Yep. Push out the lane. Need to be a little bit careful. Earth Spirit's not showing on the map.
Oh. And this is actually going to be a Legion commander with an unlucky bounce there. Is going to take some more damage. The poor man's shield. Keep him alive.
Top, bottom, top, bottom. Dead, sinking.
There's a lot of things going on. Motail going to be the one that draws the first blood. Motail, Monet. You can see he's giving a little bit of love for the OG people there. They said that you know, Eastern teams don't watch Western teams.
Radiant's middle tower.
We have to when they win the majors.
Yeah. True enough. So, yep. Going to be a little bit rough here in this lane. Going to see just that constant pressure out from the early point in Caustic and Warlock there to keep the Sand King very nice and survivable. So we will see the CM head off to the side and, well, is going to be forced to traverse all the way over to this camp and is going to find Centaurs as well. Man, just unlucky with these camps. This is not what you like to see as a CM. It takes a little while to burn these things down.
Yep, and then the ES had to give over his... ES had to give over to the CM his clarity. But it's worth it here at the end of the day. Getting the CM to the level 2, hopefully here.
Well, there's going to be the catch and a little bit of damage done on the Sand King, but nothing really of significance. Yeah.
Even though he went down in the bottom lane and gave first blood, they're still going to be able to apply a lot of pressure because there's just not enough regen for the CM to make them stay out of lane just yet.
Well, again, Inflame taking some harassment here, but by and large, the Legion is having a really good time in this laning phase. Currently sitting at, well, only 1-0, but getting levels nonetheless, in spite of that.
Yeah, you jinxed him, man. You're comparing a 1-0 for a 11-1.
I mean,
Come on, lyrical. I'm just kidding.
It
It's
happens.
fine.
He's
It's
gonna get
right.
the Iron Talon.
You're right. He's getting the levels. That's what he wants. It's better just to get levels in the offlane than sometimes just the CS. But in this case, the biggest thing is the Storm Spirit right now is completely winning mid lane. He's not getting crushed. The ES hasn't rotated. Has used Shrine though, so this is going to be interesting to see how he approaches the next minute or so until the next rune is up.
You know, I have to wonder if some of this has to do with the two teams being, like, knowing each other really well, because this is, like you said, normally a matchup that Lina wins pretty hard, right?
I would think it kind of comes down to runes, I want to say as well, right?
Okay.
If Storm Spirit does get a good rune, like a regen early, he can definitely contest. If Lina gets any rune, it's kind of like over for the Storm Spirit. But at the same time, the Storm also has the Shrine to work with. So a lot of these matchups that you think are super one-sided aren't the case sometimes.
Okay.
And then this is a good play from Storm. Since he pushed out the lane the way he did, there was no way he could stay in it. So he's just coming over here. Gonna be jungling. Brought out a Clarity too. That's gonna be nice for him.
Yeah. And he'll be able to get this at the same time the 4-minute rune comes up as well. So bottle there for himself. It looks like ES is going to be able to come and take away the DD rune as well. If Lina takes this, it would hurt. And they might just do that. I think that Warlock, yeah, he might have gone in for a deny if it ended up going any other way. So Storm heads back to lane after finishing off those camps, feeling quite good. But I was going to say that I feel like maybe this is even a confidence factor. Since these teams live in the same house together, they probably scrim together a lot as well. Storm has, I'm sure, played this matchup against Lina, just these two mid players against each other, and then having that confidence saying, you know what, I can take him one-on-one. We're going to pressure this lane so Earth Spirit can't rotate.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. The Sand King needs to have your undivided attention, and at the same time, when there's a Warlock behind him, it's really hard to kill, as well as a Witch Doctor and Jug lane. It's almost impossible to kill that lane as well, even with ES. Meanwhile, top. Oh, there's a level 2 Melvic.
Yeah, that's really good. And this might end up being the death of Inflame, taking some burst damage. Afu's rotated in, though. They've been able to find the Witch Doctor, immediately going for the TP, but the Boulder Smash is there. Is Gil going to find the kill on the
That's
Legion?
a lot of
before
EXP
he
to
goes
Witch Doctor.
down? Oh my god, and well, he can try and take away. And actually, you know what, with this healing ward here, Ame, if he comes over to help out, they might be able to survive through this. He misses the roll. Witch Doctor able to make the escape. The great plays.
Legion's like, ping, help, let me get the TP.
No.
They-
Legion, she
they got-
wants it. TP in, is it going to be enough? Lina's there as well. They find the kill. Oh, it
That's
was
sad.
great.
You needed the Lina to get that kill.
Oh man, and does Legion even get into range for experience? No, does not get anything from that kill, oddly enough.
Alright, so if the Legion had 1 point in heal, that would not have been a death. So, interesting to see this 2 in Moment of Courage. I don't think it's worth it. Especially when you have a CM who has Aura. You're just always going to have this potential to purge off, press the attack early. You're going to need that heal sometimes. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're going to come bottom. Heal up the Sand King a little bit. Are they going to try and go on it?
They do have a ward here, though, so they believe that this was scouted. He might have TP'd actually to the south side where it wouldn't have been. But at the very least, it is an invis, which LGD are not going to be aware of at the moment, at least. Or rather, LGD.Forever Young are not going to be aware of. But Afu is here as well with the CM. The big wraparound. Oh, and they ping it out. Dire know that this is going on. There's also a scan of the Radiant side, so they have found this Lina. There's the stun. Maledict out as well. They're going to jump. Troll is rotated over as well.
Storm is just going to get
combo. That's going to be a 2-fer. Can they get any more? He needs to back out, though, because the rotation in from the Troll. There's going to be the zip to the high ground, and he is going to live through that. So the final tally is the Lina for the Warlock. Great for LGD.
Yeah, it was 2 supports for 1 core. I still think it's worth it, even though, and they committed 4 heroes to come over there. That means that Sand King was free farming in the bottom lane, and as well as the Jug top. So at the end of the day, definitely worth it for LGD here. Then Storm, what is he? I feel like he should have a little bit more. I guess he didn't get the kill. I think it was Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, Sand King getting kill on the bottom lane on the Troll.
What?
Didn't even have Epicenter. It's Maldic, man. Maledict is just owning this game.
He did so much damage there. Top lane maybe gonna be something else working off, but yeah, the same
Maybe
amount
it
of
was
damage
the
as the Burrow
caustic.
Strike. That's crazy. Well, Troll, this is just an awful lane for him now. He's almost at level 6, but they can just cut the creep wave constantly, and now with Epicenter online, not to mention the fact that you have Legion Commander who's pressuring in up here, maybe you can try and force some rotation from these other supports, but it feels like they just want to focus on shutting down the Troll.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Trying to look at
is
this
under
Jug.
attack.
It's trying to backstab the Legion. They were hoping that there'd be a TP. Now there it is.
Yeah, Storm gonna end up going in for it. They don't have enough damage to bring him down. No point up in Electric Vortex as of yet.
I miss the good old Storm days where you'd max Vortex, or at least get it to level 3. That was like 3 years ago, though.
Jeez. Uh-oh.
Bad days.
Oh, they canceled the Epicenter! The CM saving the day.
Meanwhile,
They knew what
mid-
they were going to be going for. Can they find that one kill? There is still one going on in the mid lane, but it looks like it is going to be the Sand King getting away.
Oh, they got an Almy Slash. And one more. Oh!
What?
That-
Oh, the body block wasn't going to be enough. They do end up being able to find that kill. Afu saves his own life by kicking back the Jug. But yeah, battle's going on all across the map right now. Right.
Meanwhile, going in onto this Storm. Storm's gonna get this kill. There's just no way to stop this. He's got the regen. That was really good. That was really good of Storm. And really good for Afu too. He was just like, okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go right click the Storm, but wasn't able to. So good play from both players there. Even though it looked weird as hell.
Well, certainly. So 9 minutes in, taking a look at the net worth, it's Storm on top with the Juggernaut there behind him. And I gotta say, really, really impressed with the mid's play in this game for LGD. You know.
Yep, you can't. This is huge praiseworthy right now for the Storm. Not dying at all in 10 minutes against this lineup. You have to just congratulate him. The game still doesn't get easier because there's still silences and duels to work
roots.
against Storm. Yeah, this is just... It's still a very hard game for Storm. So you're going to have to maybe not praise him too much. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, silence goes out.
He does get the kick on the return, but the Burrow Strike is already going to be away. It's been a rough game for Afu so far. Hasn't really been able to find his groove. And, well, Ame taking a little bit of harass here from the Legion Commander. Storm Spirit's rotated in, though, now. Gets the slow, chasing further. Has the pull as well, and now there should be enough damage to find that kill. Storm Spirit going to try and build up that snowball.
Interesting enough, too, he did go for the treads. Without the treads, they might not have had enough attacks coming in from Storm to really get that kill. Normally you go for the Arcane Boots first and then go into the Bloodstone, but he's still going to go into Bloodstone. This just means that he's going to have more right clicks in these team fights and a little bit less mana to work with all around. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, still pressuring this tower.
Radiant's bottom
Level
tower
7
is
on
under
the Sand
attack.
King. Legion TPing down here. So they should be able to save this tower.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting, though. I wonder if maybe you... I guess you don't really need to pressure anything right now for LGD. Like, maybe you want to try and find more kills before the items come online that can cause problems for Storm, since Legion's still a long ways from Blink Dagger. But likewise, you can wait for the Blink to be done on Sand King, which is only 200 gold away, and, you know, get some more farm on your Storm towards that Bloodstone, and then take the fights at that point.
Right. There's going to be timings for both teams. I'm wondering what Lena's going to go for this game. Normally we see Bloodstone most of the time, but Yules against the Storm is sometimes crucial where you can just solo kill him. Just set up for that easy Light Striker way. And like you said, Sand King's going to have this Blink Dagger, so now I'm kind of curious to see what they want to do. They have Warlock, not level 6.
He's got the
trying to
tome.
leech it.
Radiant's
Yeah, he
top
just
tower is
transferred it.
under attack.
Hiding it. And that's the... Oh, mid lane.
They're going in, but Storm already away. Heads up movement there, and now with nighttime, Radiant scanning to see if there's anybody hanging out in the trees expecting a jump
Radiant's top
onto the
tower
Legion
is under
Commander. I'm
attack.
sure lots of TPs ready to go if there was something. Actually, Lena doesn't have one. She has one in her backpack, but it might take a little bit too long to get down to that bottom fight if there was one breaking out. And it looks like that's going to be the play. They want to move down here. So we'll have to keep our eyes. If Lena gets the TP out, she does bring it out from her backpack now, realizing something could happen. Motail as well. Everybody's prepping for this one, but if they can blow up that CM right at the start of it, there's going to be the haste rune as well as the epicenter out onto one. They're going to kill off the CM, I do believe, and now also most likely going to be able to bring down that Legion commander. No TP rotations at all.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm surprised Lena didn't TP. If Lena had TP, they would have gotten a kill and potentially a dual win onto the Sand King. Meanwhile, Afu's scouted out by this ward. Omni's lashed down.
They just don't seem ready. Like, they're playing scared in my eyes right now.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't know if it's...
At least they're going to get the trade, though. Like, that could have been even worse for LFY if they TP in a lot of other heroes and then they just get team wiped and then they don't get this trade at the top lane. So at least, like you said, the troll is having a relatively uncontested game like last time. So maybe he will be their saving grace in this mid game.
Yeah. No, it's true, and I guess I shouldn't try to play too much blame out there. I guess the thing that's weird to me about it is just that it feels incongruous, right? You still keep the CM and the Legion there, even though you know that there's going to be a fight breaking out, and then you also bring the Earth Spirit in, but you don't like try and bring in the rest of the heroes. It felt like there was maybe a little bit of, you know, not everybody on the same page.
Yeah, it's because they're like, in the back of their mind, they're thinking like, oh, where the hell is this Juggernaut? Where's this Warlock? They're not really showing on the map, and then they're like, well, they could be in the trees, so if we TP, then we're just gonna get completely team wiped. Yeah. And then other people, like you said, are like thinking, oh, we can take them. We can definitely take them in a team fight as long as we're positioned really well around their tower, maybe.
Yeah. Well, they send in the illusions to try and deal with the tower, but unfortunately, coconuts mean that it is going to be denied. And this is looking... I mean, what's the play here for LGD.FY? Is it just find pickoffs and hope that you're able to, you know, stop this snowball from rolling a little bit? It's not like the Troll and Lena are that far behind.
No, they just, like they need to get up this Blink Dagger on Legion. That's their only form of initiation because Earth Spirit was shut down so hard, he's not going to have his Blink Dagger. And then rolling in is pretty difficult at times. And you've been seeing that Afu's been off the game of his roll-ins, but you have to hit your roll-ins now as Earth Spirit. It's very crucial because if you don't, you're not going to be close enough to really hit the stun or the silences sometimes.
Oh.
Meanwhile, top, they're setting up.
Yeah, Legion is there. They actually run into each other. The Witch Doctor spotted that, which means they didn't find the stun onto the Sand King. Press the attack, trying to get Afu out of there, but is going to be able to jump now onto the Legion Commander. She's going to go down. They also have eyes over here to the side on Afu. Can they find that guy out of there? They're actually not going to. He's able to juke into the trees far enough that he'll be able to survive.
Time wasted. Another miss roll-in, but fortunately enough, he didn't hit it. If he had hit it, that would have been the death of him and the Legion Commander, and potentially it would have gone even worse. Could have been more dual damage for like the Sand King or something.
Yeah. So that's 16 minutes into the game. A lot of the damage towards the tier 2 tower. Afu actually wanting to take this. He gets the magnetize out, silence onto 2 as well.
They have rock still. They have Epi. Here it is.
Oh god, they turn it back around. Epi down as well as the Warlock ulti. Fatal Bonds out there as well. The CM ulti doing good things, but they're going to break it immediately. Pull him back in. Motail trying to stay onto these heroes, but now you have a Burrow Strike that's going to be back up in a second. Catches onto that troll. He's going to drop a good stun. Comes out from the Earth Spirit. Afu still doing his bestest in this, but they are going to lose 3 in exchange for simply the supports. LGD, this is right now their 7th game of the day, and they are looking stellar.
They got the Bloodstone off of that team fight. They're absolutely beasting on everyone today, like you're saying. There's just no stopping this team right now, and it's all the Sand King, I feel. Their Sand King, their clockwork is just doing a lot of work in these team fights. They always know where to position and when to back off, and it's kind of like the same thing we talked about last game where the tree, he went in a little bit too early, and then his team's not really there to back him up, and then I'm losing my voice already. Where the Earth Spirit, I'm dead.
God,
where the Earth Spirit, I have water here, don't worry. Where the Earth Spirit, he goes in, but the team is not ready, and then he baited his own team into the Sand King ulti.
Yeah.
So, not pretty.
Well, it's been a tough one. Again, LFY trying to find their stride in this, but you've got a lot of the items up right now to just take over this game. And I mean, Solar Crest is on the way for the Warlock as well. He's going to try and build towards that.
Solar Crest is a huge anti-synergy for the Radiant side. A lot of their damage is magical, but a lot is physical too. The Troll, the Legion Duel, even the Lina right clicks eventually into the later game. Having this Solar Crest is also going to help out Roche. So this item is probably the best item right now in Dota.
Yeah. Oh, Blink. Force Staff is there, but it's not going to be enough to get him out. Sand King not quite quick enough, and they find a kill. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen that. I mean, they had the 2 that were on the supports, but that's a meaningful kill. Though he did just finish off his Force Staff, so still going to lose a tower for it. That's tough.
Yeah. And that's not even worth it, that trade-off. I mean, at the end of the day... Oh, if they get this Roche, then it'll definitely be worth it.
Oh,
meanwhile, Smoke Up... Oh, he just missed it. He's going to try and cancel the TP here.
Okay, Zip TP. Stun, it's there! That's huge. That means they can't come in and contest this Roshan anymore. It's already down as it stands. You might end up losing Afu here regardless. But Storm messing up with his remnants, not giving the vision that he needs to. Afu just going to be able to get out of there now. They got the pull. The right clicks with the DD should be enough. But now you have this Aegis, and it's there for Troll for a little while.
They have the Rock and mid Sand Kings here. Are they going to duel him?
I thought about it. Force Staff, Blink, and Burrow all there on top of the wall, but the big damage comes out onto Ame. They get the duel as well. Rock is down. Is it going to be enough damage, though? I don't know. Storm's here there. He's hitting onto all of them. 4, but he doesn't want to fully commit to it. He does decide to back out. Good decision-making. With all the disable, you probably lose your Storm Spirit there.
That's one of those moments in the game you really wish you had an Ags and Witch Doctor. You're like, please, God, if I had Ags right now, I would have just got a Rampage.
Yeah.
That was a really good attempt for the Warlock to try and salvage the situation, but it wasn't enough. That was a really good blind Light Striker way onto the Jug. That completely caught me off guard, caught the Jug off guard, and that's why he's dead.
Man. Well, and now you're giving a little bit more momentum for LFY. Their draft is going to start to come a little bit more towards fruition. Motail closer and closer for that BKB. What else do we have here very soon? Looks like it's going to be the Shadow Blade that's close to completed for the Lina. It's a little bit tough, like Brown Boots Shadow Blade with the Bloodstone. It's not the easiest game hitter for this point, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's enough. She needs to like keep hitting those blind Light Strike rays, or I guess just get Legion Commander to duel everybody is the other option.
This Blink, this Invis rune on the Legion. Got duel.
That's great. That's so important, but they do have enough damage. Yeah, they do. Laguna Blade was there as well. All right, this is really bad now for LGD. Your Bloodstone just is now picked up, and you're down to 8 charges.
Well, at least the good news is he will have, hopefully, Lincoln Sphere soon, so he won't get dueled like that. But he'll still get stun locked potentially by the Lina.
Oh.
And then this gives more time for the Troll to get his BKB with that Aegis. So Afu, really big play there, canceling out the Storm TP earlier on. Can't say enough how big that was. And then now this gives them a lot of time to free farm, and that means that LGD, they kind of want to split up the map. So they split up the map, and then the Storm Spirit got caught. So far, good play for the last 2 minutes here from LFY.
And I think also just in the context of the greater series, you can't overstate how much it's important that they don't end up just like, because if you give that Aegis away and then the game ends like 10 minutes later at about this time, which it conceivably could have for LGD the way that it was going, the series is basically over at that point. Like, you can lose a close contested game for your second series, but you can't lose 2 in a row that are stomps like last time. And now mid lane, they have found this Legion Commander, jumping as well from the Storm Spirit. That's going to be a quick and easy kill. 50 seconds, no Legion. Maybe they make something else of this here.
huddling together. Let's see if they're gonna be able to scout out this Shadow Blade on Lina. It's gonna go over here. Are they gonna click on her? Probably.
Yeah.
This should reveal that there is a Shadow Blade on Lina now, and that they're gonna play a little bit more careful.
They still haven't queued up or brought out any dust. It looks like Warlock is going to bring out 2 Sentry Wards right now, so they will have some vision coming out. Ame going for the Scotty is going to decide to keep on farming for a little while Vision is placed out around the map.
Radiant's
And Solar
top
Crest
tower
now
is under
done.
attack.
All good things for LGD.
Meanwhile, TPN here in the back. Oh, this could be so bad for the Legion.
Yeah, Legion, this is, well, there's the jump forward. Storm is still there. They're going to hit the cask, but the Blade Mail already popped. They decide not to go. Yeah, it
Man,
just chill for a
if
bit.
if this ward was just on the high ground instead of where it is right now, that would have been a dead Legion commander.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom lane, big ultis.
They're going in for it, but catching them in the midst of that. CM ulti already used,
Storm
as
dead.
well as the catch, and maybe they can find a kill onto the CM. Burrow strike through. Motail BKB wearing off. Light Strike Array is not going to quite hit, but they have been able to root the Witch Doctor for the moment. Does have no more coconuts. Another Maledict in a second here, but Aegis now down. They got to be a little bit careful. Afu comes in. They do get the Manta Style off to take it, and there's going to be the Ami Slash. Finds the kill as the Aegis wore off. That is really good for LGD, but they lose the Storm yet again. We talked about how hard of a game it is for him, and he needs desperately to get into that Lincoln Sphere.
Yep. Played a little bit greedier early on in that top lane, and then ever since then he's been trying to split push, but it's not been easy. Also getting kicked in the head with a stone going to the mid lane. So I'm trying to figure out if it's going to get easier once he does have this Lincoln's up. It will help him out a little bit, but all they really need to do is have another 2 or 3 man gank squad against him, and he's going to be food. So still needs to play careful after the Lincolns, but I do think he will have a better game afterwards. Meanwhile, the Lina, it seems like they knew this ward was here. This was just dewarded, didn't talk about it earlier. And then where the Storm Spirit Remnant is right now. So they took away that vision, and that means that they're going to feel a little bit safer in the jungle here for LFY. And, well, looks like both teams are going to be content at farming right now.
This is the thing. Do you know why Troll has dust, or why Earth Spirit has dust? I'm trying to figure it out.
Sand King.
Oh, Sand King, of course, yeah. Sandstorm. I'm like, there's no Shadow Blades, there's no nothing. Makes a lot more sense now, because he is really close to that Blink Dagger as well. And that's, I guess, one of the things that's been a bit of a problem is, you know, gain all those support items, and maybe now they can make a big play coming in. Sand King is up on the high ground, though, immediately to break this smoke. Oh, this is so clutch for them. They end up breaking it immediately, Shadow Blading away. Is he going to stick around a little bit longer? I think he caught sight of the Lina, and so they're not going to go up there. Ame is actually the one who's in front. Goes for the immediate Blade Fury. Goes for the Bounty Rune, and
Top tower is
Even
under
if he gets dueled there, even if he's spinning, I think he might die. They don't have Warlock ulti. If they have Warlock ulti, I think they date that.
yeah. Well, 6 Bloodstone charges, but Lincoln's is completed for the Storm. How close are we to something like a Halberd for Legion? I gotta go in for a BKB first. No chance.
Too many stuns to not go BKB this game.
Yeah. And Legion is going to back out as well, having not completed the Ancients, maybe sensing that there is this movement coming in. 4 heroes smoking towards mid. The CM is going to be there to break it, as too is the Legion commander, who runs by the Observer Ward. So instead, they're going to head to the north. They want to try and take this fight here. In the meantime, Storm can push this out, try and show that they don't know what's happening, when in fact they really do. Searching, looking, wanting to find something. They're going to jump away from this. They realize that the roll is over there. Sand King Burrow catches him right there before the silence comes out. Able to chase in a little bit further now. There is still the Legion, who's already gone back home. They don't want to take this any further. They're going to lose Afu. It looks
My
like
Bloodstone charges.
Lina will get out.
I wonder if Storm should have zipped there just for that extra 1 Bloodstone charge.
Yeah. Could have been.
I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. That's the worst part, right?
Oh my
If Because extra bloodstone charges are always beneficial, especially when you're kind of falling far behind like this.
Right. And maybe just wanting to put more emphasis on trying to farm stuff out. There again, a 5-man smoke. Is this one going to be scouted? Do they realize what's happening? Lina is shadow bladed, but the tower already down. Now they're going to run into her in just a second here. They actually don't find her there. It's going to be the DD run instead. Burrow Strike immediately there. They pick up the DD for the Troll, though. He managed to get it in time, but Lina's already gone. Can they take this fight with the DD on Troll? It's a little bit scary, but they are going to be able to continue to run at them. They don't find the duel onto Storm, but they manage to find the stun. Nonetheless, Magnetize now on to 5. Silence has already been used, and he is going to drop. Well, CM already gone. Lina's back up with that minus respawn time, but it looks like they're going to call off the charge now, LGD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. Bloodstone helping out the Lina get back fast. She has a Ghost Scepter too. Did she just pick it up after she died? I'm not too sure.
I think so.
Because if she had that before, I think she would have lived. Because the Omni Slash would have been mitigated. So that was a situation where Storm had the Lincolns. Legion really wanted to duel the Storm, but having that Lincolns wasn't really able to do anything, and then they just had to get out of there. This next team fight is going to look interesting, though, because there's no Rock. Wonder how LGD are going to approach this. They still do have the Epicenter.
BKB on cooldown for Motail for 5 more seconds. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to take advantage, though. It's just going to be Storm start pushing out the lane again. So he will have BKB back up. Still an 8-second one. Do they realize that they're going to jump him right at the start? There's the catch. Don't force out the BKB as of yet. Monet staying cool and calm and collected for the moment. They want to bait that out, though, so you can get down Roshan. Respawning just now.
Just now on the Storm Spirit. This is going to be nice for him when he jumps the Lina. Storm doing a really nice job of keeping the remnants there. Just scout out when they go into the pit.
Yeah, he knows now. There's also a haze. Picked up right now by the Legion, and this could be the moment they're looking for. Burrow Strike comes through, the Force Staff out, still fine for the moment. They do not have the vision that they would want. There's a jump in, Remnant out as well. He still sees that they're in there. They could go for this if they want. Light Strike Array, not going to connect, but now they have the Coconuts backing back and forth between the two of them. Can they actually find that? Epicenter comes in as well. They're going to be able to pull back in the Troll. A ton of damage comes out. CM ulti is on the outside, and there's a silence on the Storm Spirit. He needs to escape, but can he actually get out of there? He's rooted as well and going to be killed off. They might need to think about buying back right now. They're buying back on everybody. Legion is gone for 90 seconds, though, with no buyback. And, well, this is Roshan. Very low. Motail wants to go in to try and defend it. They're going to jump yet again with the Storm Spirit. I am sure they pull him back in. BKB had been saved that entire time, but the Warlock ulti comes down with the Omni Slash on top of it. Can they find these kills? BKB is now down for Motail. The pull back in onto 1, trying to kill him off. Burrow Strike as well as the Fatal Bond, and that's going to be 3 dead. Great play for LGD.
Oh, Storm. Oh, got him.
Nicely done. A 4th kill goes down. They're going to take Roshan, all the Bloodstone charges in the world.
And this might be Rex. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out for the next 73 seconds. No Troll boy back. Gonna be Australian for a bit.
Yeah.
And then this way, they might be able to get it. They might be able to get this Rex knowing that, as well as the Aegis is on Storm. That means he's able to play even more greedy, go for all these zip-ins. I want to say, though, that was some huge silences during that team fight. Storm was able to do nothing for a majority of both of his lives until the very end there. Great initiation by the Sand King, Epicenter.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see if they can hold this.
And this is the great thing, too, is that you've got so much sustain that it doesn't even matter that much. The fact that they're spamming out these
they're going to get stunned forever.
Oh, God, they got him. They don't want to go, though. Their eyes on the prize.
There's a shrine. You can't dive.
Yeah. And like I said, all of the heals that you've got here. Witch
4-man's
Doctor.
done.
There's a nice one, but it's not going to be enough. Ame just able to jump away. They have catched here, dual BKB, but there's just no damage coming out. CM ulti is there, but they're going to get the lift up, and now starting to run them down. Everybody still alive. The maximum sustain is there. Magnetize again out onto several. The double kill is there, though, for the Storm Spirit. He has taken over this game with the Aegis still in hand. A triple kill for him. I mean, Troll is back up, but it almost doesn't even matter. Ame goes for the spin, trying to back out. The BKB's been popped yet again. They're going to kite him away for this the entire time, and now ready to go back in again. They found the pole before he can even find his way to the shrine, and Motail drop in. This is going to be almost game at this stage. They find 1 kill finally on that Witch Doctor, but an unstoppable streak. Disgusting plays from LGD.
Fighting out Troll was just a little bit too hard. They did a really nice job there. Everything was perfect from LGD. Yule's canceling the CM ulti, them immediately stunning and locking down the Lina after the duel. There's just nothing they can really do. Lina not having a BKB pretty much cost them a lot of this. How come I didn't hear it's a disaster?
I don't know. That's weird, right? That's one of those moments where you want to see that, but...
What?
Okay.
I paid for this with my disaster.
Old 11 with the bad-mannered. You gotta love it. Well, LGD looking strong. Very, very strong. Give me your thoughts. Going into game number 3 with already a 2-0 lead, do you think LGD can close it out?
They could potentially close it out. Interested to see if they'll eventually ban the Jug. Jug has been doing really wonderful for these last 2 games. Wonder if they'll try and shore up their early game a little bit more. Earth Spirit is not the strongest early game. Tree is fine and all, but it's no like Monkey King. It's no really Ricky to really scout out all your lanes. Obviously those obviously the Ricky's going to be permanently banned, I think, throughout the series, but they need to find a better way maybe to help out the early game. You have a mismatch in the mid lane. Storm recognizes that he needs to play aggressive for the first 3-4 minutes until he can no longer stay in the lane. Then he just goes jungles for the next 3 minutes, and then he played very proficiently. That's what I say. He didn't die. He got a lot of farm. He got a lot of kills early on. I mean, this was an extremely hard Storm game. He delivered perfectly. Team fought really well around the rock. So maybe they need to ban out the Warlock or pick it themselves for LFY. We'll see how they want to approach it, because the Warlock's definitely been helping out LG